Welcome to Void Realities, a place where restless minds can drift into calm. If you've been searching for sleep, for a moment of peace in the endless night, you've arrived in the right space. Tonight, we'll journey into a question as vast as the cosmos itself. Can the universe exist without time? Together, we'll explore the gentle rhythm of your body, the strange laws of physics, and the possibility that past, present, and future may all be one. So, close your eyes, let go of the day, and allow these words to guide you into stillness, into wonder, and into sleep. Can the universe exist without time? You close your eyes, and in the darkness behind your lids, you feel the quiet rhythm of your own existence. Your breath rises, falls, rises again. Your heart pulses in steady waves, each beat a reminder that something is moving, that something is passing. You cannot see time, yet it brushes across your skin like wind through a field of grass. You cannot hold it, yet you sense it in every moment that slips gently into another. Time feels like a river. This is how we so often imagine it, a flowing current carrying us from the source of birth to the wide ocean of death. You can step into the river, but never into the same water twice. It hurries forward, sweeping away what was, leaving only what is, while already carrying you toward what will be. And yet, as comforting and natural as this image is, it may be no more than a story told by your mind. The physicist's eye looks deeper and asks, what is this river made of? Does it truly flow, or does the current only exist in the way you perceive it? Could it be that there is no river at all? Scientists call this puzzle the problem of time. In everyday life, time is obvious. Clocks tick, calendars turn, bodies grow old. But in the deepest equations of physics, time is not always required. The fundamental laws of nature, from Newton's descriptions of motion to Einstein's relativity, can be written in ways where time is not something that flows, but something that simply exists as part of a larger structure. Pause for a moment and imagine, instead of a flowing river, think of a grand tapestry. Every thread is a moment, every knot a choice, every color a memory. You do not travel across the tapestry. You are woven into it. Past, present, and future all lie there together, stitched side by side. To the thread, it may feel as if it is moving through the weave. But to the one who sees the whole tapestry, nothing moves at all. And so the question arises, can the universe exist without time? Can there be a cosmos where there is no before, no after, only a stillness too vast for us to notice? The philosopher Heraclitus once said, "You cannot step into the same river twice." He meant that the world is in constant flux, that nothing stays still. But perhaps the opposite is also true. Maybe you never step into the river at all because the river is frozen, an unchanging sculpture where every droplet is forever locked in place. When you breathe in, you feel the air filling your lungs. When you breathe out, you release it. That rhythm feels like time. But the physicist might whisper to you, what if both the breath you are taking now and the breath you will take tomorrow already exist side by side? What if your entire life is not a journey through time, but a structure in space, already complete, already whole? It is a dizzying thought, one that stirs unease and wonder. If the universe can exist without time, then perhaps the flow you feel is something your mind creates, like a lantern casting shadows that seem to move across the wall. The shadows appear alive, but the lantern is still. As you let this thought settle, you feel yourself drift with it, like a leaf on the surface of a pond. Time feels real because it is the water you float upon, but beneath, there may be something deeper, something beyond the river, something still and timeless. And so, the question lingers as you close this chapter. If time is not the river you thought it was, then what is it? And if the river does not flow, what does it mean for you? standing at its edge, listening to the sound of water that may not exist at all. You do not need a watch to know time is passing. You need only place your hand against your chest and feel the steady drumbeat beneath your ribs. With each pulse of blood, your body whispers the presence of time. Your breath joins the rhythm, rising and falling in quiet waves. Even as you sleep, the clock inside you does not stop. Every cell in your body carries a sense of rhythm. Deep in your brain, in a small cluster of neurons called the suprachiasmatic nucleus, there is a master timekeeper. It listens to the light of the sun and sets your daily cycle. When you feel alert, when you feel drowsy, when your body hungers, when it rests. Scientists call it your circadian rhythm, a natural internal clock tuned to the turning of the earth. But not all clocks are measured in days. There are faster ones, ticking in seconds and milliseconds. The firing of neurons, the contraction of muscles, the blinking of your eyes. There are slower ones, unfolding in months and years. The cycles of hormones, the patterns of growth and aging. Your entire body is a symphony of clocks, each keeping its own time, yet harmonizing into one great rhythm. Your life. Think of your breath as a pendulum, swinging back and forth, never quite still. Think of your heartbeat as a metronome, tapping gently, measure after measure. These rhythms give your body order, allowing you to live, to think, to dream. Without them, you would be adrift in chaos. And yet, pause to wonder. If the universe itself had no time, what would become of these rhythms? Could your heart beat in a timeless cosmos? Could you breathe? Could you sleep? Could you wake? Or would every motion, every rise, every fall already exist, laid out in a pattern that never truly unfolds? Some scientists suggest that what we call time may only be the way we measure change. A clock does not create time, it only records movement. The swing of a pendulum, the vibration of atoms, the spinning of the earth. In this view, your heartbeat is not proof that time flows, but only evidence that one state of your body becomes another. Perhaps change is fundamental, and time is the name we give to our experience of it. Picture a meadow on a summer afternoon. A breeze stirs the tall grass, rippling it like waves on the sea. The motion feels alive, continuous. But if you were to freeze each blade at every instant, you would see only still frames, positions without motion. Your mind stitches them into a flow, just as it does with film projected on a screen. Perhaps your heartbeat, your breathing, even your aging, are like the blades of grass. They do not require time to exist. They require only structure, only difference, only change. And still, as you sit with this thought, you feel the undeniable rhythm within you. Your chest rises again, your chest falls. Each moment feels distinct, as if time itself carries you forward. Whether or not time is real, it feels real because you live by its pulse. As the chapter closes, let the rhythm of your own body carry you like a lullaby. Listen to your internal clock as it ticks softly, faithfully, and let the question linger gently in your mind. If the clocks within you do not measure a flowing river, but only trace the shape of change, then what are you truly keeping time with? You're used to the tick of a clock, the sweep of a hand around a circle. You're used to calendars, marking days as if each square were a stepping stone across a stream. Time feels so natural, so necessary, that it is hard to imagine a universe without it. But step quietly into the world of physics, and the picture becomes strange. The deepest laws of nature, the equations that describe matter, energy, and the fabric of the cosmos, do not always need a ticking clock. They describe relationships, not sequences. They tell you how things fit together, not necessarily how they unfold. Einstein's theory of relativity reshaped the way we think about time. It showed that time is not separate from space, but woven with it, like threads in the same fabric. What you call space-time is a grand stage where matter and energy dance, bending the fabric as they move. But in this stage, there is no universal now. What is present for you may be past or future for someone else, moving differently. Time, once thought absolute, becomes relative, shifting, stretching, bending. And deeper still, in the world of quantum physics, time grows even stranger. Some formulations of quantum mechanics, the rules that govern atoms and particles, can be written without time at all. Instead, they describe probabilities, patterns of possibility that do not unfold in a line but exist in a kind of timeless sea. Imagine a painting rather than a movie. In a movie, you expect a beginning, middle, and end, a flow. But in a painting, everything is already there at once. The trees, the sky, the faces, the horizon, all coexist without sequence. To walk across the painting is to create the illusion of passage. Perhaps physics describes the universe as such a painting, a whole that does not move, but simply is. Some scientists call this the block universe view. The idea that the cosmos is like a block of marble, containing all of space and all of time, already complete. In this block, your birth and your death, your memories and your dreams, are carved side by side. You do not travel through it. You inhabit it. The sense of moving through time is your perception, not the structure itself. And yet, there is a paradox here. If the equations can be written without time, why does time feel so essential to you? Why does the second hand seem to move? The days seem to pass. The seasons seem to change. Is the flow only an illusion created by consciousness, stitching together events into a story? Pause and picture yourself standing before a great map. The map has no arrows, no indication of which way to walk. Every destination is already drawn. You may choose a path, but the map itself does not move. The journey is your experience, not the map's reality. This is how some physicists see the universe, a timeless structure in which your mind provides the sense of direction. As you let this vision sink in, you may feel a curious calm. If all is already there, then nothing is truly lost. No moment vanishes into nothingness. It simply rests in its place within the whole. What you call past is still woven into the fabric. What you call future is already present, waiting like a room you have not yet entered. And so, as this chapter closes, you're left with a soft, unsettling thought. Perhaps physics has no second hand, no ticking clock, no arrow of time. Perhaps the universe is a silent, eternal picture, and the sound of ticking you hear is only the echo of your own footsteps upon its stillness. You wake in the morning and the light has shifted. You fall asleep at night and hours have passed. A birthday arrives and you feel older than the year before. Life seems to tell you one story again and again. Time flows, carrying you from the past to the present, and from the present into the future. And yet, physics quietly disagrees. The universe may not be flowing at all. Einstein once suggested that the distinction between past, present, and future is only a stubbornly persistent illusion. To him, the cosmos was not a river rushing endlessly forward, but a vast block of space-time in which every event, from the birth of stars to the beat of your heart, already exists. There is no universal now, only different slices of the block, depending on where you stand. Still, you feel time. You feel it so strongly that it shapes your entire existence. Why? The answer may lie in your mind. Think of a film reel. Each frame is a still picture, frozen, unmoving. Yet when you project the reel at just the right speed, the images flicker into life. A horse gallops, a child laughs, a leaf drifts to the ground. The motion is not in the pictures. It is in the way your mind strings them together. The universe, some scientists suggest, might be much the same. Every moment, every position of the earth, every beat of your heart Every glance of your eye exists like a frame. Your mind stitches them into a sequence, and the result is the illusion of flow. There is even evidence for this in how your brain works. Neuroscientists find that your brain does not perceive the world instantly. Instead, it collects information in small windows of time, fractions of a second, and then assembles them into the smooth experience you call the present. You are always living just behind reality, your mind blending fragments into a seamless story. Pause with this thought. Perhaps the flow of time is not out there in the cosmos, but in here, in your mind. Perhaps it is your perception, not the universe itself, that moves. But then comes the unsettling question. If the flow is only an illusion, what are you flowing through? If every moment already exists, do you truly have a present or only the feeling of one? Imagine holding a book. Every page of the story already exists in your hands. Page 1 and the final page are both there, waiting. The characters are already born, already live, already die. Nothing in the book changes. And yet, when you read it, you experience the story as if it were unfolding, as if the characters are alive, as if time is moving. Perhaps life is much the same. The book is written. The pages are bound. But your consciousness turns them one by one, creating the illusion of motion where none exists. This idea can be unsettling, but also comforting. If all moments exist, then none are truly gone. The laughter of your childhood, the warmth of a memory, the people you have loved, they are not erased. They are simply resting on their pages in the book of the universe. As you let your thoughts settle on this, notice your own breath. In, out, in, out. Each inhale feels like it arises, then passes. Each exhale seems to vanish into nothingness. Yet perhaps both inhale and exhale are written already, side by side, stitched into the fabric of a timeless universe. And so, this chapter leaves you with a quiet wonder. If the flow of time is an illusion, and all moments already exist, then what does it mean to be alive inside the story? Are you the reader, turning pages in order? Or are you already the whole book, complete and eternal? Imagine standing before a great crystal, vast beyond measure, stretching farther than sight. Its surface is faceted with endless patterns, every shimmer catching a fragment of light. If you could look deep inside, you would see not only colors and shapes, but entire histories preserved. Galaxies swirling, stars igniting, lives unfolding, all captured in stillness. This is one way to picture the block universe, the vision that physics whispers to us. In this view, the cosmos is not a flowing river, but a frozen sculpture, an eternal whole. Every event that has ever happened and ever will happen is already there, resting within its crystalline structure. Your birth, your first memory, the choices you will make tomorrow, all of it already exists. You do not move through time. You are simply one thread woven into the eternal block. Einstein hinted at this when he said that for those who grasp relativity, the distinction between past, present, and future loses meaning. The universe does not unfold. It is. Every moment you call was, is, or will be is simply a part of the sculpture. Think of a photograph. When you look at it, you see a frozen moment, a smile, a gesture, the play of light across a face. The photograph does not change, and yet it holds the memory of change. Now imagine a photograph, not of one moment, but of all moments. A photograph where every smile, every tear, every breath exists together. That is the block universe, a frozen completeness, containing all. In such a universe, there is no true becoming. The stars are not being born. They are already born. They are already burning. They are already fading. Their entire lives are etched in the structure, from beginning to end. And you too are there, As a child, as an adult, as an elder, you are not traveling through those versions of yourself. You are all of them, resting in their place within the block. This can feel unsettling. Without flow, what does it mean to live? If everything is already fixed, where is freedom? Where is choice? And yet, there is also comfort. If every moment already exists, then no moment is truly lost. The laughter of those you love, the warmth of their presence, the quiet times and the joyful ones, all remain forever, part of the eternal sculpture. To understand this, picture again the book in your hands. Every page is already written. The characters do not change. Their fates are already sealed. And yet, when you read, you experience suspense, surprise, wonder. The story feels alive because you move through it. Perhaps your consciousness is the reader, moving across the block, giving the frozen universe the illusion of life. Physics suggests that what you call the passage of time may be no more than the way your mind experiences your position within the block. You do not move forward. You simply experience one slice, then another. Like a traveler in a gallery, walking from painting to painting, the art is already there. What changes is not the paintings, but your gaze. Pause for a moment and imagine yourself not as a fleeting creature carried along by time, but as a timeless form already whole. Every breath you have taken, every breath you will take exists together, side by side. You are a complete melody, not just the note you sing now. As you let this image settle, you may feel a quiet shift inside. If the universe is frozen, then nothing is ever truly gone. If it is complete, then you too are complete. And so, this chapter leaves you with a tender thought. Perhaps to live is not to flow, but to be a part of an eternal sculpture, beautiful, unchanging, forever complete. You live your life as if time were the stage upon which everything stands. You wake, you eat, you work, you rest. You remember yesterday and imagine tomorrow. Without time, it seems, you could not move, could not grow, could not love. Life and time feel inseparable, like two sides of the same coin. But pause and listen carefully. What if the stage is not time itself, but change? Everywhere you look, change surrounds you. The moon grows full and then wanes. Flowers bloom and wither. Your body breathes in, then breathes out. These shifts are real, undeniable. But the concept of time may simply be your way of measuring them, of giving rhythm to what is already happening. Perhaps life does not require time. It requires only change. Think of a melody written on sheet music. The notes are there, side by side, complete. The song does not exist in time until someone plays it, yet the melody is already whole. Your life may be like this, a song inscribed in the fabric of the universe, every note already present. What feels like living through time may be your consciousness reading the score, giving voice to what is already complete. Still, you may ask, if all moments exist together, why does life feel like a journey? Why do you long for the future, grieve the past, and rest in the present? The answer may lie in the nature of awareness. Your mind is a traveler that moves from one note to the next, one scene to the next, weaving a story. The flow is not in the universe, it is in your perception. Yet here is a gentle paradox. If all is already written, then you are not incomplete. You are not a fragment waiting for the rest of your story. You are the whole story, already inscribed in the eternal block of the cosmos. Your laughter, your tears, your triumphs, your struggles, all of them are there, side by side, making you complete. Does this mean you have no freedom? Perhaps freedom is not the power to change the story, but the power to live it fully, to embrace the chapter you are reading now. Just as a reader loses themselves in the beauty of words already written, You can lose yourself in the beauty of a life that is already whole. Without time, can you live? The question is not simple. You can live without the ticking of clocks, without calendars or hours. But can you live without the sense of movement, of becoming? Perhaps the truth is softer than yes or no. Perhaps you are both, a creature who experiences flow and a being already complete. Imagine yourself as a painting in the gallery of the cosmos. Every brushstroke is there, forming the wholeness of your life. From afar, the painting is timeless, already finished. But step close, and your gaze wanders across the strokes, one after another. You create the story of motion, though the painting does not move. So, can you live without time? The answer may be that you already are. You are breathing, loving, remembering, all within a timeless whole. Time is not the stage, but the story your mind tells as you wander across the eternal canvas. As you let this final thought rest within you, notice again your breath. Inhale. Exhale. It feels like passage, like rhythm, like time. But it may also be the shape of your existence, complete and eternal, already written into the universe. And so this chapter leaves you with a quiet invitation to see your life not only as something unfolding, but as something already whole, already complete, already timeless. The story has carried you through rivers and clocks, through illusions and blocks, through the strange suggestion that time, the thing you trusted most, may not exist as you thought. Now, as the night deepens, you are invited to rest in the quiet that lies beyond the ticking of every clock. Close your eyes. Feel the softness of your breath. It rises, it falls, and it rises again. It feels like time, but what if it is simply you being? Not passing through, not carried forward, but existing in a completeness that needs no future to finish and no past to explain. You may have lived your life believing you were a traveler on a long road, each step bringing you closer to some horizon. But what if there is no road at all? What if you are already at the horizon? What if every step you have taken and every step you will take already rests quietly in the landscape of the eternal? Picture the night sky above you. Stars scatter like dust across the dark, shining from distances so vast that their light has traveled millions of years to reach you. Some of those stars no longer burn. They died long ago. Yet here their light still glows, a reminder that in the universe, nothing is ever entirely gone. Past and present shimmer together in the same sky. You look up and you're gazing into a timeless mosaic. Perhaps your life is much the same. The moments you cherish, the moments you regret, the choices you made, the paths you did not take. All of them are still there, part of the whole. You are not a single dot moving across a line. You are the entire line, every point intact, every moment preserved. This thought can feel strange at first, even heavy. If everything is already written, then what is the point of living? But let yourself soften here. The point may not be to change the story, but to live it, to feel its textures, to taste its sweetness, to marvel at its colors. Just as music written on a score is already complete, yet becomes alive when played, so too does your life become alive when you breathe it in, note by note, moment by moment. Perhaps freedom is not the power to alter the eternal, but the power to embrace it, to say yes to the chapter you are reading, to step fully into the page you inhabit, to taste it as if it were the only page that ever was. And perhaps peace is found not in resisting the timelessness of the universe, but in resting within it. Imagine yourself not as a creature desperately clinging to fleeting seconds, but as a being who already holds eternity. You are not incomplete. You are already whole. Let this thought cradle you. You are the melody, already written, already complete. You are the painting, already finished, already beautiful. You are the sculpture, timeless, eternal, unchanging, yet still alive in every detail. Listen again to your breath. In, out, in, out. It is gentle, steady, timeless. You are not racing against a clock. You are resting within the eternal. Now picture yourself floating in a vast ocean at night. The water is calm, the sky wide and full of stars. You are not moving, not rushing, not being carried anywhere. You are simply suspended, held. The stars shimmer above, the water cradles you below, and you are at peace. This is the stillness beyond time. You do not need to solve the mystery. You do not need to decide whether time is real or an illusion. You need only rest in the possibility that you are already whole, already eternal, already part of the great stillness that holds the universe. And as you let your thoughts drift like clouds across the night sky, you feel yourself loosening, softening, dissolving into rest. The ticking of clocks grows faint. The rhythm of days grows distant. What remains is only presence, the pure being of you, here, now, timeless. So sleep gently, knowing this. You are part of a universe that may not need time at all. You are a melody already complete, a page already written, a star whose light will always shine. And in this stillness, you are safe, you are whole, you are home.